Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity, resilience, and success. That moment when a deal stalls just before the signature is frustrating. It's a common struggle. Getting prospects interested is one thing, but guiding them across the finish line is something else entirely. Closing isn't about luck or a silver tongue. It's a specific skill set you can learn and master. We've gathered 8 practical sales closing tips designed to help you finish more deals consistently. These aren't abstract theories. They're actionable steps you can put into practice today, whether you're selling a small subscription service or negotiating a massive contract. Stop leaving money on the table. Let's look at the strategies that turn conversations into signed agreements. Mastering the setup, preparation before you ask for the close. Closing a sale is not a single event. It is the natural consequence of a well-executed preparation phase. Think of it like building a house. You cannot expect the roof to seal correctly if the foundation is weak. The work you put in before asking for the contract determines how easily, or quickly, the deal will close. A strong setup minimizes surprises and maximizes your chances of success because you have already aligned your product with the buyer's specific needs. Know your buyer's true pain points inside and out. Many salespeople focus too much on talking about their product's features. Truly effective selling requires you to stop talking and start listening. This is where active listening becomes your most powerful tool. You need to understand your buyer's deepest, most persistent problems. What keeps them awake at night? What inefficiency costs them the most money or time? Your goal is to solve their biggest problem, not just to sell them something new. If you can clearly articulate their struggle better than they can, you gain massive credibility. This deep understanding allows you to position your solution as the necessary relief, rather than an optional purchase. Identify the specific symptoms and their underlying causes. Here's what deep pain point analysis looks like. Symptoms versus causes. The pain is not that our software is too slow. The pain is that the slow software causes 3 hours of lost productivity per user each week, leading to missed deadlines and client frustration. Quantify the cost. Assign a dollar value to the problem. If you can show them their current pain costs them $5,000 monthly, your $1,000 solution becomes an immediate return on investment, ROI. Ask open-ended questions. Use questions starting with why or how to uncover emotional and business impact. For example, how does this specific issue affect your quarterly targets? Handle objections before they become deal breakers. The most damaging objection is the one you never saw coming. Objections are normal, but waiting until the final closing moment to address them creates friction and doubt. A proactive approach means you anticipate common hurdles and address them naturally throughout your presentation. This removes potential obstacles before the buyer even has time to fully form them. If you consistently hear that your pricing is too high, do not avoid it. Instead, integrate a detailed value comparison into your presentation early on. If prospects usually worry about implementation time, spend extra time detailing your simplified onboarding process. By raising and resolving the objection yourself, you show confidence and control the narrative. This technique demonstrates that you truly understand the typical risks involved and have already mitigated them for the client. This builds confidence in your solution and makes the final conversation significantly easier. Confirm value throughout the sales journey. Value confirmation should not be saved for the grand closing speech. It must be woven into every step of the sales process. You need to continually reinforce how your offering specifically addresses the pain points identified earlier, saving the client time, money, or minimizing risk. Each milestone you hit should include a small recap of the value delivered up to that point. Use internal summaries to confirm alignment before moving forward. For example, after discussing a specific feature, you might say, based on our last discussion, this feature alone should save your team approximately 10 hours a month, correct? Getting constant verbal confirmation strengthens the foundation for the final close. By maintaining a crystal clear focus on the return on investment, ROI, at every meeting, you ensure that when you finally ask for the signature, the buyer sees the choice as purchasing essential value, not incurring a new cost. These checkpoints include discovery review, recapping the primary pain points and confirming your understanding of the financial impact, solution presentation, tying specific features directly back to the quantified savings or gains, proposal delivery, highlighting the total annual benefit right next to the investment figure, trial or demo summary, reviewing the achieved performance metrics against the initial goals. The art of asking, effective closing techniques that feel natural. When the setup is complete, you must eventually ask for the business. This moment is often the most difficult part of the sales process because of the fear of rejection. However, closing techniques are simply methods for guiding the customer to a decision they are already prepared to make. The best closing techniques feel less like pressure and more like a logical next step in the conversation. Your approach should be clear and confident, matching the value you have already established. Use direct closing questions with confidence. Direct closing is the most straightforward way to finish a sale. It requires you to be clear, professional, and slightly bold. This approach cuts through ambiguity and shows the prospect you respect their time. If you have done your job building value, asking directly is the natural culmination of the process. Hesitation here can actually cause the prospect to lose confidence in you or your product. A direct close simply asks for commitment with a powerful, forward-moving question. It moves the discussion immediately from evaluation to execution. Try using direct statements and questions that minimize complexity. Package selection. Shall we move forward with the Platinum package today? Simple commitment. Are you ready to sign the agreement and get started? Next steps focus. If there are no further questions, I can send the contract over by noon. Clear choice. Given everything we've discussed, does getting our team on board this month sound right? These phrases work well because they put the decision firmly in the prospect's hands without being aggressive. You are simply seeking final confirmation after presenting all the necessary information. Remember, your confidence in the ask reflects your belief in the value you offer. Try the assumptive close, acting like the deal is done. The assumptive close works powerfully when you are certain the customer has reached a positive decision. Instead of asking if they want to proceed, you simply start discussing the logical steps that follow a commitment. This technique bypasses hesitation and focuses the discussion on activation details. It's effective because it projects confidence that your solution is the clear choice. When using the assumptive close, you are shifting the conversation from, "Should we partner?" to, "How do we start?" This mental shift can ease the buyer's anxiety by focusing on positive action. You stop debating the sale and start planning for success. Here are practical ways to integrate assumptive language into your conversation. Implementation focus. Since you're looking to launch by the 15th, when should we schedule the initial user training? Delivery details. We typically deliver on Wednesdays or Fridays. Which day works best for your receiving department? Onboarding steps. To start the integration, I will need email addresses for the 3 key managers who will lead the adoption. This method only works if you have already confirmed the prospect's pain points and proved your value. When used correctly, the assumptive close significantly streamlines the final interaction. Offer limited time incentives to encourage quick action. Responsible use of urgency can encourage prospects who are on the fence to make a decision sooner rather than later. This involves offering a genuine, short-term incentive tied to immediate commitment. This is not about manufactured scare tactics, but about providing a clear benefit for acting quickly. Delaying a purchase often leads to inertia, where a temporary yes turns into a long, drawn-out maybe. A well-planned incentive makes the decision easier now because it adds extra value that will disappear tomorrow. This technique works best as a genuine bonus, not as a severe pressure tactic. The goal is to motivate action, not to confuse or rush the buyer. That's the big picture of what makes closing techniques so effective. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment. Until next time, keep shining brightly. Thank you for watching.